One of the tools I sort of started off talking about the digital ad investigations we did last year. One of the tools, if you want to learn more about the kind of digital advertising partners and activity on a website, one of the tools that you can use is called Blacklight. It is from the Markup. It's a couple years old, but I always include it in new tools because I find most people aren't familiar with it. Okay. So this is a tool. If you put in a website, it's going to give you information about the ad trackers that are on the site. And so these are the sort of ad partners that the site is working with, and the ad companies that the site is allowing to kind of gather data about the people visiting the site. Blacklight also runs some analysis to look if there's some alarming things present on the site, like a keyword logger, meaning if they log everything you're typing when you're on the site, in the search bar, in the forums, what have you. And you know what? Why don't we do quickly a live demo here before we get to name to email. Let's go to Blacklight from the Markup. I have it here. So just to give you a sense of kind of the reporting you'll get. So we drop in OP India. So it's doing a scan. Sometimes it might take a couple minutes. And the thing that I'll just tell you as an update on this is I'm speaking to the designer, the product manager of Blacklight next week, because they are in the midst of working on the next version of it. So this is a tool that is actively being evolved, that is actively being developed. And you can work on it. And that's, I guess I just anticipated Bal's question there. He knows that the guy who developed it, Surya Matu, who's a genius in this area, he went to Princeton recently, and he's leading a new group at Princeton, which are also doing investigative work. But the good news is that Blacklight, even though Surya left the Markup, Blacklight is still being worked on, and they are right now planning for the next evolution of it. And so if anybody has feature requests, I'm speaking to the product manager next week about it. Okay, so here's what we get. The Blacklight inspection result. So they found 17 ad trackers on the site. So it's saying this is more than double the average of 7 that we found on popular sites. So OP India has a lot of trackers. And if we expand this menu, it's telling us what other ones are here. And so it lists the names of these companies. So these are companies that are gathering data about activity on the OP India website. And so that's one part of them. And then, it has one third-party cookie, which means a cookie is placed when you visit the website. And this is data, your data is being passed on to third parties and can go on to data brokers. So that's there. The good news is it does not have tracking evading cookie blockers. So your ad blocker and cookie blocker will work. It is not recording your sessions. It is not logging your keystrokes as you're on it. And surprisingly, OP India does not have a Facebook pixel on it, which is, pretty surprising, because that enables Facebook to gather data about what you do on a website. And that's on many, many sites. It does use Google Analytics, which means Google can track you as you go from one website to the next. And here are the ad tech companies that it's working with. So it's working with Google, Alphabet. It's working with a bunch of others here. And so that's like the quick report you can get on a site. If you want to know about how much data it's gathering, who might be getting that data, who its ad partners are, Blacklight is a helpful tool to do that. And again, you would then want to maybe go to an expert and ask them a little bit more and dive in a little bit more if you're new to kind of the element of investigating ads. We'll see. Maybe we can talk more about this in South Korea, depending on what the folks at IFCN may or may not want me to do.